Hello everyone, we're here now today in Mannixville and we're joined by Mrs. Kavanagh and Mrs. Mackessy, Kitty and Annie, and they wanted first name basis, and these two ladies have been living here in Mannixville for basically nearly all their lives since they were married. So first we'll ask a few questions here with Mrs. Mackessy. So we were just talking earlier, when did you move in here, Miss Mackessy?
We moved in on the 29th of May 1960.
Was it about 59 you said?
59,
that's
yeah. Right, yes.
And these houses long here, they'd been
55.
built about 55
that's
or that
right,
way, yeah.
That's right.
And can you remember now, we'll say, when you moved in first, the neighbours you had around here at the time?
Oh, there are a lot of them now deceased.
Yeah.
And we're the last two here now in the Mannixville.
Yeah.
Now, when we came here, it was much, much different.
Yeah.
Across the road there was a big open field.
Yes.
And there were no trees there.
No.
And we'd no shops, only Mrs. Coffee down the road.
Right.
We didn't go to town, maybe the end of the week.
Yeah.
So Michael, my son, was the first boy born here in Mannixville.
Right.
And Margaret Lyons was the first little girl.
The first little girl born here.
That's right.
Yeah.
And so
there would mainly been all kind of younger families at the time living here.
Oh, we were all young, yes.
They were first built. There was no other families lived in any of those houses till we came here.
Right, yeah.
You know?
And we'll say, so where yourself and Joe were married before?
I'm up there in number 12, Mannixville.
You're number 12, yeah.
Yeah.
But where were yourself and Joe living before you came here? Or was this your first house?
Oh, this was our very first house.
First house, after getting married?
Yeah.
And had you been renting someplace before that, or did you have another house somewhere in town?
We were living in Holy Cross, you see.
In Holy Cross, right, yeah.
Lodging in Holy Cross.
You were lodging in Holy Cross?
Yeah.
And so when you came back here then, did you have any family at the time? We'll say Joe, who's Debbie's oldest, is she?
Debbie was the is the oldest, and then my son Joe.
Yeah.
Joe was born in Holy Cross Place.
Okay, so Debbie and Joe were born there, were they?
Yeah. Debbie was born in Harrison's Place.
Oh, okay, so you were in Harrison's Place first, yeah.
So we came down into Holy Cross Place.
Yeah.
And then when we came back here, Dominic was the first to be born in Mannixville.
Yeah, Dominic would have been around 65, would he? About 1965? About that, yeah. Yeah, about 65, yeah.
And then Anne was born here as well, my daughter.
Yeah.
So the rest then were born
and the rest all born here then. Right. Now, can I take you back a bit? We'll say, where were you born yourself, Kitty?
I was born in Mallow County Hospital.
Yeah, in Mallow, yeah.
I come from Churchtown.
You're Churchtown originally,
yes, originally. Yeah. And then I came to Charleville in 1955.
In 55.
And I was working at John O'Connell's.
Right.
And I was treated like one of their own.
Right, yeah. The butchers now, was it?
Butchers, yes. I was in the butcher shop.
Right, yeah. At the counter, were you at the counter?
Yes.
Yeah.
Chopping.
You're doing the meat and all that, very good, yeah?
Yeah.
And was it here then that you met your husband?
It was.
Yeah.
Well, I knew him when he was a child.
Oh, did you? Yeah. Excellent. And that was a question I wanted to ask the two of you. We'll say, when you were young now, when you were because you would have gone to school in Churchtown.
I went to school in Churchtown and then went to Butterfield for a while in the convent school.
You went to the convent
Yes, and then I came to Charleville.
Right, yeah.
And
so what age were you when you came to town with Charleville?
I think now.
You 16 or 17? No?
I would be in about 16.
16 or 17?
Yes, 16.
Yeah. And we'll say when you were 16 now, when you were 15, 16, what was life like for you around the town that time? You know, at 15, 16, what was the life like as a 15 or 16-year-old?
That was grand, really. Yeah. We loved it, really. We enjoyed them years, like, you know. Yeah. That was lovely.
And what was entertainment for you? Like, what did you do going out?
Well, the Future Hall was the place in dim times, holidays.
And dances, I suppose.
And dances.
Yeah.
And coming up then, the bridge up by Ray's?
Yeah.
We'd all meet there, and the boys would be at one side of the bridge and the girls would be the other side. And there was a desperate sing-song every night after. That was brilliant.
Yeah.
We really enjoyed it.
Yeah. And when did Joe Kavanagh first catch your eye?
Oh, sure, very early in play.
Yeah. And what age were you when you got married?
21.
You were 21. No, Jesus, you waited. Yeah. As the church, as the priest used to say, they wouldn't turn you away, like.
Oh no.
And yourself, Miss Maxie, what age were you?
I was 20.
You were 20 as well.
I was 20 when I got married.
Yeah.
I don't know what I was going to say to you there a while ago. We went to the
about going out and
oh,
the
yes.
dances, yeah.
Well, to me, I came from the country and I was living out in the heart of the country.
Yeah.
It was like coming into a big city.
Yes.
I didn't know where I was and I knew no one.
Yeah.
And then the picture hall, we
Yeah.
used to go down to Hurley's picture hall.
Yeah.
And we went to the parochial hall dancing there.
Right, yeah.
And
did you travel for dances now?
Oh, we did off the Newmarket.
Yeah.
Patted the motorbike.
Yeah.
And we went off on the motorbike.
Up the motorbike away to the dance.
After the dances.
And hope it didn't rain.
And
And dance till the early hours of the morning.
exactly.
Yeah.
Dances weren't over then till about 2 or 3 o'clock in the
That's
morning.
right, yeah.
Yeah, so
Great,
we
great.
had great times.
Yeah. And we'll say when you were younger now, like that, a young family, we'll say just,
Yeah.
we take everything for granted these days, with all the mad cons we have and all that. Was life hard raising a family? Because you had a good sized family. Was life hard trying to? And I don't mean money wise. I mean just from raising a family back then, like.
Actually, there were hard times, but we were happy, like.
Yes,
we were very happy.
yeah.
We used to have to walk, as you know, the walk now from here into
town, yeah.
Into town. And everything that had to be brought home, we had to bring it.
Yes, right.
There was no such thing as delivering shopping or
No.
anything
No.
So you'd have to bring all the shopping and to be all in under the pram.
Yeah.
And the children.
Yeah. And they were going with you. If you were going, they were going.
You can be sure of it.
Yeah. I tried to mind him as well. Yeah.
But it was grand.
Yeah.
Yeah, we enjoyed our life. We did.
There was the baby in the pram, there was one sitting on it.
Yeah.
And then there was another one at each side of the pram.
Yeah.
And we didn't go off too often to town.
Yeah.
We went down shopping to Mrs. Coffey's.
Right, yeah.
Poor old lady,
More convenient.
It was much more convenient. She had everything we wanted.
Yeah. And we'll say, like, even the clothes and trying to get clothes dried and washed and all that kind of
you
stuff.
just washed them with your hand, scrubbing board and hung out, know.
Yeah.
But times were much easier.
No.
That's it. That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
But it's grand too.
Yeah.
There's no harm, like.
Right.
Have life a bit easy for
Yes.
Yeah.
But look,
The same pace then, like.
No,
it
of
was
course
much
not.
easier.
No.
Children played out there for hours and hours at
Yes,
night, the
yeah.
hopscotch and their usual playing.
Right.
Tig and all this sort of thing,
Yeah.
But you didn't have to watch them. You weren't,
Right.
They were quite safe wherever
That's
they
right.
went, like,
Because they were here. If they were going to town, you knew they were going.
You knew exactly where they were.
Yeah.
They were across the road kicking football or something.
Right, exactly,
like that,
yeah.
you know.
There's a soccer field across the way there.
Everyone played over there.
And the rugby was played there. My God, sure we did all this.
Yeah. But you enjoyed your life here, and you wouldn't have changed it.
No way.
No.
It was brilliant.
Neighbours, like you could go into neighbours if you were stuck for sugar or
Exactly,
yeah.
Yeah.
The neighbours were great.
Right, yeah.
They were really great. We had great times here.
Yeah. I ask that sometimes of people, would they have changed, like, the house they grew up in for a big house out in the country, and a lot of times it's the neighbours that would have kept them there,
Well, if I wouldn't have Lasho, I wouldn't move from
Wouldn't have
here.
moved, that's right,
No.
yeah.
Loved here.
Yeah,
Loved
it's a
here.
great to grow up and the kids in the neighbourhood.
Where
And
the children were safe. And
that's right,
everything
yeah.
else,
And they know each other.
Exactly, they know each other.
Yeah. Anyway, now, it's been a pleasure talking to you.
And you too, Paudie.
No,
It was great to see you.
and thanks for coming
But
out.
you know what I said the other day?
Go on.
I said if we had May Foley alongside of us, none of us would have to open our mouth. She was brilliant.
Yeah.
She's
Well,
brilliant.
do you see, I suppose that's the whole thing that we're trying to do here, because unfortunately a lot of the older people, they pass on, and
That's
and
right,
a bit of the
that's
information.
May
And,
was to come back alongside of me, you know.
yeah.
She was
Years
the
and years
leader.
ago.
Yeah, when we first came
Oh,
here.
she was supposed to
May
come here.
was the first to come
Yeah.
alongside of me. I
Yeah.
was number 12 and May was number
13.
13.
Yeah.
No way, she, am I going back to Brawl?
Yeah.
Wouldn't leave the
She
Glen.
wouldn't leave the Glen. Yeah.
And I often said, you know, you were a very wise woman there. When you be walking up that hill, I said,
And May was still walking to town when she was 90, getting
she
the
was
shopping.
brilliant, eh?
Yeah.
She was
Yeah,
very
yeah,
brilliant,
yeah,
was,
yeah.
Well, we missed her from the day centre.
But that's it, yeah.
She was great.
But that's the whole idea, I suppose, just to catch somebody, and then not just the older people, but
Yes,
younger people as well. What life is like back then, what life is like now.
Yes, of course.
So you've after given us a great insight into what life was like in Mannixville back in the day.
Great party. It was great.
Yeah.
Yes, we did
Very good,
really
very good. And you're looking great, the two of you. Fair play.
Thank you very much.
Very good.
Thank you
Thanks
for
very
coming
much,
out.
lads.
Thank
Thanks
you
a lot.
for coming out.
Be great, me now.